Wampum Belts were a key part of Haudenosaunee history. The Haudenosaunee would mark historical events through these belts. When something significant happened that they wanted the people to remember, a belt was made. Each belt tells a story. The belts were made of beads from quahog shells, which are mostly white with purple edges and are only found on the Atlantic coast of North America. The Oneida Belt holds a great deal of significance to Oneida people. When the Revolutionary War broke out, both the British Empire and American colonists were trying to get the Haudenosaunee on their side.
The colonists, they say, is that they were looking to break free from the monarchy of the British rule, and so they were looking to revolt. And that was going on in our territories, or sort of say right in our backyard of our people. Shenandoah, he was the one that said, well, maybe what we need to do is reaffirm our agreements that we made during the time of the peacemaker. And so his whole understanding was to, put together this particular belt in this way and to bring this to a grand council that was going to be held in what they call Kanaktakwait-Niyogi, which is the main central fire of the Confederacy in Oneidas. In Shenandoah, he stood up and saying that we have to really try to understand and to bring ourselves to remember and recall what the peacemaker and what he told our people of how we're supposed to keep peace amongst ourselves as a confederacy. And so as you see the two rows of the that go circle around, these are the territories of each of the nations. And inside of these squares are these triangle shapes, and these are representing of the fires of our nations, and to remind us that the peacemaker and the things that he had laid out, for our people, that we should always have that between each other. It was then determined that if we can, go back to our respected territories, each individual nation would have to come to terms to decide if they were going to involve themselves in this war. And so then at that time, that's when they said that they would close the Grand Council at this time, and they will reconvene after all of this disturbance.
The Oneida people eventually sided with the colonists during the Revolution and broke the Confederacy, while the other nations sided with the British, causing a civil war among the Haudenosaunee people. When the Oneidas were removed from their ancestral homelands to the Michigan Territory, the Oneida tribal belt came with them. It was in the care of Elijah Skenador, a Turtle Clan chief. After Elijah's death, the belt was found in a safe in the Seymour, Wisconsin post office. The belt is now located in the Field Museum in Chicago. And although it is not on display, the museum allows Oneida people to view this important part of their history.